Welcome to Kasa with me, JJ Raymond. I have two beautiful ladies. You like to see them, definitely, man. I'm talking about, first up, is a super sweet girl, Seun Bankole. How you doing?
Good afternoon, JJ. I'm very well.
So good to see you. You look good.
Thank you. You look sweet, too.
Thank you, darling. And of course, B.O.B. is right here. Good to have you right here on the show, girl.
Good to be here. Good to be here. How you doing?
Looking elegant, you know.
I like the design.
Yeah. You like this?
Yes,
You know?
yes.
Yeah, you know, whenever you're with ladies, you need to have something that's associated with the ladies, you know, something little fun.
Wash.
Okay, welcome to the show. Now, the very first story we have today is about a man named Jabril who got picked up for something very crazy. Well, he did pick up an envelope containing some money on the streets of Valencia, that's in Spain. The amount is £4,250. That's about 2.1 million naira. He graciously handed the money over to the police. However, that went wrong. The police discovered that JB had no residence card and had him sent back to his motherland or fatherland. Well, now this one pops up a lot of stories and questions. First up, what do you think about this guy? Is his good Samaritan story that has gone bad? Is this such a good one for him? Do you think he did right? Do you think he was silly?
No, I don't think he was silly. I think he did the right thing. Based on say, if he did not do it with an intention to get rewarded, he did the right thing. This is very, very, what's that word? Noble. This is very noble to do. However, the fact that he now got deported now and they sent him back home. Another day, if this man see, I mean, how much is it? £4,000. If you see £1,000, he not go return them. That's a period.
B.O.B., don't you think that this guy was just, he was unthoughtful? Because, see, the law is the law. If you don't have that, you shouldn't even go close to the police to start with.
No more. Aside the fact that he actually found the money and decided to do the right thing, which is return it, if you don't have the right documents in a foreign land, you avoid the police.
Yeah.
It's an unsaid rule. It's a street rule. So the fact that you now felt, maybe he felt if he returns it,
because
they're going to give him his
good.
papers without the stress and everything.
Wash.
That might be the reason why he returned it. But then again, it backfired, as they say. Nowadays, a patient dog doesn't eat the fattest bone. He actually dies of hunger.
You have to snatch the bone, else you die of hunger.
Okay, and I also hear that these days that givers also lack. I don't know about that, but do you think that deporting him was just too harsh of the Spanish government? I mean, considering the fact that this is a good man, he's a man who's got a level of integrity. Don't you think that at least some level of pardon should have been granted him? Okay. So it's not just deporting him.
Okay. It might be that he's looking at the story of the guy in Germany. I think he was in Germany. There was a particular guy that rescued someone from a burning fire or something. And then immediately they gave him the papers. They made him like a citizen. Was it in France? I think it was in France. They made him a citizen automatically and everything. So maybe that was what he was imagining in his head, that, I'm going to get my documents after I return this money and everything.
What shock you want back home?
I feel they should have probably given him a time frame, made the process easier for him to get his documents.
Because he got no reward for his
instead of this. Yes. Now the next person that would find money on the floor like this or somewhere would think twice before doing it.
Especially if the person is not legal.
Exactly.
Now, thinking twice about this, some say that, of course, you know, there are a lot of comments on social media about this, and some people say that he was deported simply because he was black. What's your take on that? Okay,
so there's the thing with Africans on social media. Any small thing that happen in any white country,
it's a skin issue.
Yes, there's this. They are quick to make it racist, but I don't think so. If he had his papers, maybe they wouldn't reward him. Like, thank you for bringing back the money, but of course they won't deport him. It was against the rule. It is what it is.
And there might have been something that prompted them to even ask of the paper, if you think about it.
It's the police.
They might probably have wanted to drop something in his account or something. And
then I say, give us your account number, Baba, and I'll say,
There's no sin linked to that. You know, the police is a friend, but the police will always get to the, you know, the word called that, investigations.
Like, how dumb can you be to actually return money to a police station when you don't have the right documents?
B.O.B.
Come on, girl. Sorry. Come on. You don't get it.
Me, I'll return, no. In case.
No, just drop it somewhere. Drop it somewhere. You don't have papers.
You could have used to process this with
street credibility, man. Wow. Let's go.
Wow. See your B.O.B.
All right, ladies. This time, I really want to go on a very quick break, and after which, I'm going to ask you a few more questions concerning this. So please, just stick around.
News Central TV, Africa's #1 storyteller, has come with the best of both worlds. With a combination of news app and live TV, we ensure that you keep track of the latest headlines, breaking news and in-depth analysis from professional journalists from around the continent. Download the New Central TV app on Android and iOS and get started today. Don't forget to follow us on New Central's social media platforms. New Central, Africa First.
Thanks for staying with us. Now, still talking about Jubril, who got deported for his goodwill of returning some cash to the police. Now, is this not a lesson to those who insist on the whole Japa thing without a permit and a legal right to stay in a country, a foreign land? Don't you think that, this is a proper warning for them?
Yeah, absolutely. I think for those of us that want to leave Nigeria or that want to leave the shores of Africa, ensure that you have your papers. There's nothing like being completely documented. Yes, the confidence that comes with it. Don't japa by water. Don't japa by holding aeroplane tire. Amen.
Hallelujah.
Thanks.
Okay, B.O.B. Now, so many persons are thinking, come on, how would this man right now feel? JB, I feel for you because really ridiculous, If you were JB, if you were in his shoes right now, how would you feel knowing that you did something very good out of your benevolent heart, and all of a sudden this landed on you?
This is a lifetime regret.
Ouch!
Something you'll never forget.
Wow.
Because the truth is, you were in a country that was much more better than your original place of birth. You went there for a brighter future, and you actually did something good, humane, something normal, but then you got paid back the right way. Though you had your own faults, like 50-50, it's kind of dicey, but then at the end of the day, there are other ways you could have gone about returning the money. So this is one situation, if I was in his shoe, I won't forget it. Why not?
So do you think so? There are other ways to return that money. How exactly?
I don't know. Maybe you should ask Bolanle that said it.
B.O.B.
Okay, number one, there are, you could easily, if you don't want to go to the police station, you can easily, it's just that you can't even trust police people nowadays. You can easily just put it in an envelope and write a note at the back and drop it in one of their cars or in front of their office. They have a PO box outside. They have a box outside that has a hole. You can drop letters and complaints.
With CCTV.
Yeah, they have a box. You drop it. You can do it at night, but wear a face mask. Wear a face mask. If you really want to return the money, if you really want to return it, you can drop it there. Or you take it to an orphanage home.
Absolutely.
And just drop it at an orphanage home.
I mean, to be honest, my final say on this is it was unfair of them to not reward him, and then it was double unfair to deport him. I think that was too extreme.
He would regret
it's enough that they didn't reward him and say, oh, thank you, take this cash, take this gift and something. They now deported him on top. If it's if he comes to this life again, he ain't gonna return.
Alternatively, when they deported him, they would have said, we have a contact in your country, go and meet him, follow up, he'll help you with your documentation, then you can come back
legally. Man.
Goodwill for goodwill. B.O.B., I think you should be one of those immigrants or immigration officers.
That helps immigrants, right?
Yes.
I'm telling you.
I love you, girl. Thank you.
That's a plan.
Thank you. Okay, let's move on to the next story right now. Now, my sincere message to you, JB, is, these things happen. Take heart. Now, moving on. Now, a video surfaced online this week showing the huge level of havoc caused by a 15-year-old boy to his mother by destroying properties in their home. First up, take a look at this video. Wow. Well, kudos to the mother who had the courage, despite the fact being quite devastated. She came out in the open to say that the boy is suffering from mental health issues and that she's been managing this situation since he was a toddler. Take a look.
It really sucks that I have to make a video to prove that this damage that was done to my life is real, and that my friend betrayed me and sent this video out to the public of something so hurtful. But it's real. The damage is real. It's, the glass is gone, the broken glass is cleaned up, but the damage is still here. it's still here. Things that have to be, this is an apartment, I have to fix this. And it's not funny. My son is 6 foot tall, he's not 12, he's 15. And he's 270 pounds, so now I can't spank him. And he's mentally ill. So, yeah, it's real.
Well, mental health illnesses are absolutely here and quite on a high prevalence globally. Now, you should know that statistics have it that adolescents are the worst affected, specifically those living in low-income and middle-income countries. For example, right here in sub-Saharan Africa, 1 in 7 adolescents experience mental health issues, which is quite alarming. But then, away from that right now, first of all, I appreciate the fact that the woman knows about the condition, but can we say the same of African parents living right here on the continent? Are they aware of mental health issues? Seun?
I totally doubt it. Many African parents are not even conscious. Okay, some of them are getting, I mean, the narrative is changing, but many people are not. And you see those that actually are very aware of the mental health prevalence and how it is rampant globally, they are not ready to live with that truth. They would rather say, no, I will beat it out of you, and will pray for you and everything. They don't exactly want to believe that there's something called mental health or depression or anything. So I'm glad that the mom knows that it's a condition. But on the flip side, you know your son has this condition and you didn't fix it until he
Okay, before we get to that, B.O.B., some African parents also attribute this to, say, an obanje, some spiritual force. What do you think?
Well, you won't blame them. Might be due to the background they met, where they grew up as well. Some people actually grew up believing that if you react in such a way, there's an evil spirit, as voodoo, they call it outside Africa, involved in it, you're not normal. So they need to bind and cast spiritually out of your body. But then again, now we know some of the cases are like mental health issues, and then some people are bipolar, they just switch. And if you look at it, you need to have a close relationship with your child to be able to understand what the problem is. A lot of people have come out over the years to identify with the fact that I'm going through this thing. What I do most times, I can't control it. It's normal. And she says she's been dealing with it for like 15 years. So I think this is like the worst he has done. So she sent it to a friend, but then the friend now put it on social media. Going on social media brought all the drama to it.
Now, first of all, talking about the fact that she's been dealing with this whole issue all alone, that's what I deduced from that video, that she didn't want to make it open, but suddenly it's come out right now. Don't you think that she dealt with it in a very unthoughtful way?
No, first of all, I don't think she's been dealing with it alone. I think she's been dealing with it with family and friends. She didn't want to bring it out to social media. It was wrong for the person she sent it to put it on social media in the first place. She wanted to deal with her issue amongst close-knit family and friends. Social media, you don't have friends there. It's all lies. So yes, if I'm dealing with my issue, let me deal with it with my family members and friends. People definitely know, her family know that this guy is like this. They might have come in at one point or the other to help. What I thought mine, if I was the one she sent it to, instead of putting it on social media and we're tired of the same issue, you should probably have gone to like a psychiatric home, somewhere where they deal with mental health issue, and then talk to them about it. They should come and talk to her to probably bring the boy in for treatment.
So, Seun, if B.O.B. was a friend and then she leaked such a video online, what would you say to her?
No, it's not possible. First of all, the friendship is going to end. I shouldn't even send it to somebody that, I think it was very, very unfair of our friend to actually put it on social media. That was very unfair. And let's not forget that we don't have the full details of this thing. Where's his dad? We are not aware if his dad is in his life.
It doesn't look like the dad is there.
And this is not a matter of, I don't want to put this video on social media, Bolanle. This was not a social media. She doesn't want people outside, say 1 or 2 friends to know. I'm sure many of our extended family members do not know. And I really think that she was trying to protect her son. She was trying to buy privacy for them, and she was trying to ensure that people don't see them in a certain type of way. But unfortunately,
so you know,
the deed has been done, and the effect.
There are a couple
take a look at that video.
There are a couple of celebrities, you know, that also go through this thing. But then when we come online and we have our breakdown, we have our issues, people are looking at you like, in Yoruba word, they say, you get mad, that is you're going crazy, there's something wrong with you. But it's just a face you're trying to do it. Chacha Ike responded to this video saying she went through the same thing when she was a kid. She's had her breakdown, she's had her tantrum, she destroyed things the same way this child destroyed things, even in her marriage. Do you understand? That's so she understands what is going on, that the mother should take the boy for treatment.
So why did she fix it? Why did she just take him to a home or something?
I'm going to give you an answer to that. And that's because so many of us are very scared. We don't want to be stigmatized in society.
I think that's what
that's a very big problem right here in Africa. So how do we deal with that? Stigmatization, social cultural stigmatization. How do we deal with that? How do we handle it?
So number one, you need to know your circle. I don't advise people. That's why I'm not cool with the fact that it was released on social media. I don't advise people to bring their personal family issues or battles or challenges you're going through on social media. You should have your circle, people you talk to, people you trash out things with. And then also you should be open to therapy. Therapy helps a lot. Therapy is not just me talking to my mom, my dad, my brother. There are professionals that can help you deal with this thing. And at times, some of these people, they need somebody outside to relate with, to talk to. They're tired of being in the same circle. So they want to go outside, they want to talk to somebody else. So I just feel it could have been better.
Now, let's bring this back home, Seun, before you talk. You know, we know that WHO says that 1 in 4 Nigerians, especially, are, on an average, that's about 50 million people, are suffering from mental health issues. And the challenge is that most people are not aware of this condition. And there are a lot of challenges in the country, going from funding, the fact that the government is not even aware of this to a very great extent, or no proper sensitization is going on in the mass media. How do we solve this in Africa?
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the year 2022. It is enough. Have you not heard enough so many memes and posts and motivational speeches where they say, the world will adjust. Stop thinking about what others will say. Stop thinking about what others will think of you. You need to fix your family. You don't want to make it public, fine. Ignore stigmatization and just go ahead and fix your boy's problem. And as for the government not having enough solutions to the problem, go online. Nigeria, the world has been globalized enough. I can connect to somebody in the United States just through the internet. Go online, find the solution to your problem. Should I say this? The government has not finished fixing ASU. They've not finished fixing the road.
In Nigeria.
Not talk more of
It's not just Nigeria. In South Africa, they have the same issue going on presently. They are bold enough to come out on the streets when things are bad to demonstrate and riot and shut down the whole environment because they want the government to do something and create some form of change. What would you say that they are having mental breakdown? It's frustrating when the economy is not doing well. We had a situation of someone that went back to school here in Nigeria, in Lautech, went back and said they should refund all the money he spent in his university years.
Because he doesn't have a job.
Back his money because he has not gotten a job till date. What do you think led to that?
B.O.B., we also see this on our everyday activity. I mean, get down to the roads in Nigeria. You see people, they blare the horns around the clock like something is wrong with them. And sometimes I get so... All right, we've got a very quick break, and after which I'm going to tell you what the H is next. Please, we need to be aware of our mental health issues and also treat it. Very important. Stick around.
News Central TV, Africa's #1 storyteller, has come with the best of both worlds. With a combination of news app and live TV, we ensure that you keep track of the latest headlines, breaking news, and in-depth analysis from professional journalists from around the continent. Download the News Central TV app on Android and iOS and get started today. Don't forget to follow us on News Central's social media platforms. News Central, Africa First.
Thanks for staying with us right here on the show, Kasa. Now we move on to the H. This is the part we simply captured. Write your will at the age of 25. It comes in this ridiculous good tweet. But it says, at the age of 25, you ought to have written your will. What do you think, Seun?
Is it my Gary? Is it my Eba? Is it my beans or Dodo? Okay, I think this makes a lot of sense because certain people start achieving certain things at the age of 18. When did Wizkid blow? When did Davido blow?
Fantastic.
When did Burna Boy blow?
Awesome.
If these people write their wills at the age of 25, they're going to live fantastic things for their next of kin. But not me, man, because I don't got more than 1 week and a pair of shoes to live to my sisters.
Calm down.
Okay.
B.O.B., at the age of 25, what was on your to-do list?
Dude, I was still trying to figure out where my career is going to, how much I'm going to have in my will when I want to get married, and things like that. No, the truth is, I think this is just preposterous. This is not realistic. This is not realistic. It's
For
just
some
someone
people,
writing
it is
something.
realistic. No. For some people, it's real. I have my certificates from. Come on now. I have things.
Awesome.
I have things. Come
I like that,
inheritance, babe.
Seun, I wish you all the best at all the whole 25s.
That's
who have written their wills at the age of
my goodness.
And thank you, B.O.B. Thank you so much for being on the show.
Thank you, JJ, for having me.
We had a great time with you. And now this will be a very good time to let you know that there is an interview we had with Dr. Maimuna Kadri, which is on our YouTube channel. Please do check it out, man. It's all about mental health. Please take it seriously. And whatever you do just like our homeboy, Jubril, please be good no matter what happens. Thank you for watching Pop Kasa. Have a beautiful weekend. I'll see you next Friday.